So there are some basic terms that you need to really understand well before we get into some formulas for the circle. First, most important thing is the center, right? So center of the circle. Then the radius is the line joining the center of circle to any point on the circle, right? Let's say there's a point D or F or E. This is radius, this is radius, this is radius. OC is also radius. If I join to A also it's radius, and to B also it's radius, right? So radius is a line, the distance between the center at any point on the circle, right? That's the radius, denoted by the R. Diameter is basically twice the radius, right? CD is the diameter, for example. A line that's joining 2 points on a circle which is passing through center is called the diameter. Chord is basically a line joining 2 points on circle, line joining any 2 points on a circle, right? If I join point A and point B, this is a chord. AB is a chord, right? Something like EF is also a chord. CD is also a chord. Important point you need to understand is diameter is the longest chord in a circle, because any other I can draw joining any 2 points would not be as long as the diameter. So a chord which passes through center is automatically diameter, and that's the longest chord you can draw in a circle. Arc, major and the minor arc, right? So let's say AB is a chord, I'm talking about this line, right? What about the arc? AB arc is basically this one, and I'm talking about this length, right? This is called the minor arc. The major arc is this remaining circle, right? Circle, I need to join the 2 points on the circle AB. So this is the minor arc, and automatically the other is the major arc. This entire length is called the major arc AB. So that's why this is called the major arc. So that's why generally if I write it AB as the arc, we generally define the minor generally, but to be very clear, they have to mention if it's a minor arc AB or the major arc AB, right? They have to give some qualifier like this for us to understand which arc are they talking about. Then the sector is basically, let's say if I have O, let me complete for AB only. Okay, let me do for EF only, right? So what is the sector for us? Or maybe let me do it for this first, right? So AB is this 2 points on the circle, and I said this is the arc, and this entire area is called the sector, right? So I call it sector, let's say AOB. If I say sector AOB, I'm talking about this entire shaded zone, right? A, O and B, this entire area is called the sector. Then there's something called segment. Segment is basically, if I am talking about A and B, this is the arc, minor arc, and AOB is this is entire sector. So segment is this. If I join AB through a line, right? So AOB is a triangle you can see here. In the entire sector AOB, it's basically this triangle plus this part, right? So this part is called segment. Leaving the triangle, the other part, basically this, all of this is called all the blue thing I'm shading now is called the segment. Segment, if I say AB, I'm talking about this basically, right? Then area of, obviously this entire area of the circle, that's what we're talking about. The area of a circle is pi r square, pi into radius square. Circumference is 2 pi r. Circumference is nothing but the perimeter, right? If I actually use a rope or a thread to measure across this entire circle, I wrap it around the entire circle, and then I pull it to make a straight line, and then put it against the scale or any measuring tape, I'll get the perimeter, which is equal to 2 pi r. 2 into pi into the radius. Pi is generally 22/7. When you calculate r, you can also approximate it to 3.14. If the options are, the question is giving answers in pi itself, we leave it here. If you have to calculate further, you have to use one of these two to solve the question. Tangent is nothing but if I have a point outside the circle, if I draw a big line, there are three possibilities. Let's say it's a point P. If I draw a line like this, it would not touch the circle. It will cut the circle at 2 points. Let's say there's a line like this. So let's say it cuts at X and Y. Or it cuts the circle at exactly 1 point. That's the tangent. So that's basically around this point, let's say some point T. So that's the tangent. And what is another thing that you need to know? From center to the tangent, if I draw, that will be 90 degrees. It's a perpendicular line. That's another thing you need to understand. That's it. A tangent is basically a line drawn to the point on a circle from an external point. Right? It goes through like this. And if I join the point of intersection, that is T, and the center for the tangent line, it will be perpendicular to the tangent. That's the thing that would be helpful for you to solve. So basically, this will be a Pythagoras, right angle triangle, P, T and O. If I join, right, I can make a right angle triangle. This is the radius, and I can solve the question based on the given clues. So that will be a useful property to remember if the question is framed on a tangent.